Hello, this is Claude, and today I'm going to do a quick video about the Roccat mouse, the EMP, which is a replacement of the Roccat XTD optical mouse right here. XTD optical, great mouse, had a beautiful rubberized coating on the sides and on the top, very nice. And the optical sensor is pretty good. It's kind of heavy, 118 grams, and also with the sensor is decent, but it's not that great, right? It's a great mouse, but the sensor could be improved. So that's what they've done, Roccat, on that EMP. They just did the same mouse more or less, and they've put a new sensor here, a new owl eye sensor, which is a great sensor. And the only thing that I had with this mouse is that it had no grip on the side. It was very slippery, very plasticky, and even the top is the same. The size is the same as the top, and you can see it right here. Very slippery, very plasticky. So when you play games and all that, you need to go left and right, and you do FPS, whatever game you do, it's very difficult to use because it's too slippery. And now I use other mice just like the G403 that has a nice rubber coating on the side. And let me go get another mouse right here. Or I use my Steel Series Rival 300 right here. It's got the very nice rubber coating there. Everybody's doing it, but Roccat thought, you know what, let's do something that's gonna bother everybody and not put the rubberized coating because of people with sweaty hands. If you have sweaty hands, play with the air conditioning. Anyway, this is what I've done. I fixed it myself because they were too incompetent to do it, so I did it myself. And that's a little DIY, a little do-it-yourself project that you can do, and I'm going to show you to do it. We're going to go step by step. So great mouse, beautiful sensor. The sensor is amazing. I got more headshots with this mouse than with any other mouse, so it's worth the fight. Like Roccat, you need to fight for every time you buy one of their products. You need to fight for something. My Raya SMKFX keyboard needed to fight with the Swarm software. It took me hours to get it to work. Anyway, every time there's something. There's always something. Anyway. So what you do is that you go to any automotive store and then you buy this beautiful product, Plasti Dip, and what you're going to do is that you're going to coat the size of the mouse. So let's do it, and I'm going to show you what to do. So basically, Plasti Dip, I chose a color gunmetal here because it is basically the same color as on the XTD. Beautiful rubberized coating. This should have kept the whole thing the same. Just get rid of that stupid menu button, keep the rubberized coating, put the owl eye sensor, keep the weight system in there. They didn't need to do not much, and then change the scroll wheel that they've done, but that would have been great. Anyway, now we're going to take that and fix it a little bit to make it more usable in game. So what you do, what to start is that you don't want to put no Plasti Dip nowhere. The first thing I've done is that I've put the cable, USB cable, I've put that in a Ziploc bag, and then I just put tape here when I ended it. I just put some tape around it, and that's what I've done. Once I was done with it, I just took some painter's tape right there. Yeah, that was in my closet somewhere. Painter's tape, and I'm going to use exactly what I've used. That frog tape here, supposed to be better for the lines here. This is why it comes in a little bowl here, so you don't have like fuzz all over it. Anyway, take some of this thing. So what I've done is that cover the whole mouse. The bottom, start with the bottom. Cover the whole mouse. Put tape here. Pack, 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 pack. Once I've done the bottom, I put it on a cutting board, right? And then I took an X-Acto knife and I just cut out the bottom here around it. So no Plasti Dip would just stay there. And when I was doing this thing, so the bottom was completely sealed here. All right. And then after that, what I've done is that I've done the top as well, all over. Everywhere, put some tape all over the top, right, all over, and then put the tape. I just didn't go too close to the edge. I'm going to show you what I've done. Imagine the whole thing is covered and then the whole thing is there close enough. You go everywhere close enough, right? The thing is that when you're going to do the Plasti Dip, you need to basically remove the Plasti Dip while it's still wet. Imagine this is the nice edge, and imagine it's all done. It's all covered, top and bottom. The cable's in the Ziploc, and everything is done. What you do after that is that you take pieces of tape, and then you go step by step. And the way to do it is that you need to remove the tape while it's wet, all right? Or else it's going to do like this, thing's going to remove, all right? And I've used it for more than a week. My son is using it to get away from me every time I do something nice with my product. He steals from me. And it's really good at CSGO, so I let him. But he started to peel it because he says he doesn't like it and all that. So start to peeling it. The beauty of Plasti Dip, you can just peel it off. All right, if you don't like it, if you miss, you screw up, you can always peel it off, and that's very nice. So what you do here is that once you've got that tape here, is that in order to be able to remove the tape, all right, once you're done with it, all right, as you need to remove the tape while it's wet. I just like to, you know, bend it here so I can have this. Is not gonna stick with nothing. So basically, you just go here. And that's what I'm going to stay a little bit away from it, so I'm not going to remove the plastic when I remove the tape for the demonstration. Take a piece of tape here, take another one right here, same thing, do the little tab thing here so it's not going to stick, and then you go here, then you put another one like this, and then you'll see the picture real quick. Then you take another one, then you go like this, more or less, right? All right, so you just go around, and then you just take another piece of tape, do the little tab thing here, fold it like this, all right? And then you're just gonna go around, all right? And then like this, and then now I'm just doing for demonstration, but I got closer and I did a very nice shape, all right? So you do the shape. The thing is, before you're gonna apply the Plasti Dip, you make sure that the tape is well, you know, sealed against the mouse. Now I'm not doing it, I'm just doing for demonstration. So you make sure you go all around, all the way to the bottom. And then after that, once I'm done, remember I had the whole thing covered. And once I'm done, I take a white rag and I put under this here and I cover the whole thing. The whole thing is covered. So once you're ready to go ahead, Plasti Dip, shake the can. It says 1 minute, shake it. I shook it for 2 minutes, shake the can, remove the cover. Once you're ready to spray, you start spraying. You do a test run on a piece of cardboard. You know, or you test it. See how much you're gonna do, because you need to do about 4 light coats in one pass. Do 4 light coats, 4 or 5 light coats. You don't want it to drip. You don't want it to clog, to make drops, to drop on the side. You don't want that. So you make 4 light passes. All right, or 2, 3, 4. It depends on how fast you go, but you need to make fast passes. You do 4 or 5 passes. You make sure that it's well covered and wet. And as soon as it's done, as soon as you're done with it, you need to do this. Why you do all the tabs? You leave it like this. You don't the part that's everything's gonna be covered in tape. This part, the last part, you leave it like that, straight. So once you remove it, when it's wet, you can just go and remove everything. All right, and this is how you do it. And then you just discard it, and then you let it dry for about 10, you let it dry for about 5-10 minutes. You will see it's going to start having consistency. It's not going to want to drip or nothing. And after that, you can just lay it there flat, or not flat, but like this and sideways. Make sure it doesn't tilt or nothing. You want to make sure it doesn't, you know, go all drip in one pool in one place, right? Then after that, it's going to take about 20 minutes to be dry, half an hour to be dry to the touch, but it takes about 4 hours to be cured completely. Once you're done with that, you just lay it there. Take the other side. Make sure you remember this should be all covered, right? And then after you do the same process here, you put pieces of tape on the other side, exact same thing. Put a little bend in it so it's not going to, you're going to be able to peel it off. It's not going to stick to nothing. Then you go the same thing here. You're going to go there. Then you go all around it with pieces, maybe like 10, 15 pieces, right? And one big one here. Seal it, everything in when it's good. And after that, 4 passes. Make sure it doesn't pull or nothing. Hold it a little bit. Remove all the tape immediately as it's wet. As soon as you put the thing, as soon as you're done, you see it's got a good coating on it. It's got well covered. You remove the tape. And then after that, 5-10 minutes in the hands. And after that, just lay it there flat. Let it dry for a couple of hours, 2-3 hours. Then you're done. Right, so that's what it is. And after that, you can remove all the other tape below it, and then you can remove as well the cable from the Ziploc, like I did. And I remember I put a rag, and after that, you're done. All right, so this is what it is. And once you're done, let me tell you, once you play with that, it's very grippy. Let me tell you, it's very satisfying. It's actually more satisfying than the XTD. The XTD was rubbery, but not that grippy. This one's got bite. And I love it. So this is like this. If you don't like it as a beauty, you can grab a piece like this, like it is. You can see it here. It's actually rolling off. All right. You just take a piece here, this corner, and just peel the whole thing off. It's gonna peel off just nice and easy. So that's what it is. And also, Plasti Dip, just remember, you buy this from automotive stores, Napa, any kind of automotive store. I'm in Canada here. We've got Canadian Tire, and you can find it at the Canadian Tire, anywhere where they sell automotive paint and stuff. Because this is made primarily Also for people that like to cover and paint their wheel, their rims for their cars and all of that, because you can peel it off and change it and all of that, and it's fairly resistant. So that's the main use for it. So that's what it is. So hopefully, at least now the Roccat EMP, to me, it still have the clicky clacky sound of the buttons here, especially on the way back up. But so I hated it because of the clicky clacky and because of the no grip on the side. Now at least I fixed the grip, so now I made this mouse that much better for me personally and a lot of gamers. When you play and then you move that mouse around, you lift it up, you know, you want to be able to grab it, not to just like slip in your hands. So this is amazingly pretty good. All right, so that's what it is. So hopefully you guys have learned something, and that's going to be something you're going to be able to do. And it's a little do-it-yourself. It takes about, what, 20 minutes to cover the whole mouse, and after that do the thing there, spray it on one side, and after that takes it, you remove the tape, let it dry a couple of hours, then do the other side, do the cutout on the other side, spray, let it dry. So it's about, the work time is only about less than an hour, and then you just let it dry. All right, so that's what it is. So hopefully you have learned something, and it's been a good video for you guys. And if you liked that video, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it, but let me know why you disliked it. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. It really gives me an indication of if what I'm doing is appreciated and if I'm going in the right direction. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it. See you at the next video. Ciao.